It's a level 9. And it's generic. No surprise. If this card was Synchro Summon, your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same attribute as the original attribute of a Yang Zing monster used for the Synchro Summon of this card. Whew! If I'm reading this shit right, if you use Vixie, which is a water for the Synchro Summon of this, on top of this being unaffected by traps, your opponent cannot activate the effects of water monsters. Fuck you, Nekroz. But probably by the time we get this shit, Nekroz hopefully will get maimed, neutered, balls cut off, all that nice stuff. If you use the level 5 or Jiao 2, you basically stop Shadal's. I mean the main deck. And the window that gets sent to the graveyard. Oh, and you basically stop Burning Abyss from doing anything. But there's a matter of you getting this out quick enough. When this Synchro Summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect, it's sent to the graveyard. That's totally going to happen. You can add one tuner monster from your deck to your hand. Doesn't specify what tuner, but the first thing I thought of, oh my god, Yang Zing stayed in the archetype heroes, that's me. Jiao 2. I believe that's the one to level 2. If you control no monster, you send 2 Yang Zing cards to summon 2 Yang Zing shits. And it's not really... That's like the only one I think that's like really good because it provides a synchro summon on its own. But you can add anything, even like a Chi win. Once per turn, when a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, that's totally going to happen. You can special summon one worm type monster from your deck whose attribute is the same, with at least one of those destroyed monsters' original attributes on the field in defense position. Had to read that. So I guess this would be somewhat different if there was like something, what is the shit? Like that new Black Luster Soldier thing that also counts as a light monster, I think, or is it the other way around? So you wouldn't be able to summon whichever one it isn't originally on the field. Okay, I think that makes sense. But Yang Zing cheap right now? I want to see that shit. Well then, because of all this hype for Nekroz and shit, everything else drops. I just wanted to see if this stuff was cheap. I can actually probably get this stuff because I think Yang Zings are fucking amazing. And I'm not saying that to say that Chaofeng makes them better, but come on. With the already good shit that Yang Zing do to synchros, and then you have something like this, kind of like Boxia, where the attributes that you use for the synchro summon matter, and it kind of does really hurt your opponent. I mean, it could be easier or harder to get off the field, all depending on the attributes that you use, but I am a tad bit biased towards Yang Zing cards, and for the most part, I like all of them. I think this card's great. I've been looking for decks to just get because they're cheaper. Yang Zing might be that shit. Paths are actually cheap too. I think I'm on that. I kind of like playing fair Yu-Gi-Oh! Kinda, sorta. But if you're going to synchro summon to do anything of that nature from the extra deck, it should be at least worth the summon. I think this is pretty damn good. And on top of that, you already have all the other stuff from Yang Zing. It can be revived out the graveyard, but it specifies if this card synchro summon, which makes sense, and then the second effect, when this synchro summon card, because that would be really good if you could just keep killing it over and over and over and just getting cards to your hand. So, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Appreciate that shit. If you want to support me or some shit, all I ask is that you spend little seconds out your day and clicking advertisements. That money goes to me paying my rent to live where the fuck it is that we live, and I'll be grateful and appreciative, and I'm going to preemptively say thank you for spending some time out your day to help a brother out.